Okay, sorry. We're getting it together. Stacy was gonna, Stacy was about to hear it and then nope. Love you, Stacy. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to the March 20th, 2024 board meeting. Shall we stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. All right. Good morning, Madam Secretary. Will you please read the public notice?
Good morning. Adequate public notice has been given pursuant to the Open Public Meeting Act. Notice have been posted at the board's office and website and emailed to the Department of State and to newspapers of borough circulation within the state.
Thank you. And can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Christo DeLu.
Here.
Commissioner Abdu. Commissioner Bange. And President Gul-Sadovi.
Here. And when is our next meeting?
Next regular board meeting will be held on Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. It'll be a hybrid meeting in person at the board hearing room at 44 South Clinton Avenue in Trenton and live stream via YouTube.
Thank you. We will have an executive session today, but just a few opening comments from me. First, I want to acknowledge that it is Women's History Month and how honored I am to be serving on this board with all of my colleagues, but with Commissioner Abdu and also working with all of the incredible women at the BPU. This is utility regulation is sometimes often a majority men. And so, being able to have such incredibly talented women working in this space is such a true honor. And of course, all of my colleagues in the cabinet, there are several women, majority women in the cabinet. And so it's just an honor to be working in state government with so many brilliant and strong women. So kudos to all of you for Women's History Month. Couple specific items. Last week, the winter termination program ended. So if you do need assistance paying your bills, please reach out to BPU, go to our website, go to 211. Next week, we are hosting a utility assistance event in Elizabeth. And that's an opportunity to meet face-to-face with some folks who can help fill out energy assistance applications. So please don't wait until you're faced with a potential service disruption to get assistance. We have a lot of help available, and we want to make it available to you as residents. I think that's all for my opening. Any comments from my colleagues?
If I could, Madam President, I'd just like to wish everyone a blessed holiday season who are celebrating Easter. It's coming up. We'll have Easter before our next board meeting, so I wish everyone a blessed Easter. And it is Ramadan, so Ramadan Mubarak to our Muslim brothers and sisters. And spring has sprung. It is the first day of spring. It's colder than we would think, but it is certainly a season of renewal, and our religious and spiritual faiths give testament to that as well. Orthodox Easter is in over a month, so Commissioner Abdu and I will have an opportunity to wish Orthodox Christians a blessed Easter later in April. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And I almost forgot that we are acknowledging a few new staff members. So before we go into executive session, you don't have to say anything, but if you could stand so that everyone knows who you are and can find you in the future. We have Bailey Lawrence from the Office of Communications. We stole Bailey from the governor's office, so hopefully that's not going to be held against us. Lauren Spring from the Office of Budget and Finance. And Paul Uchek from the Division of Clean Energy. Thank you. Wishing you all just the greatest success and look forward to working with you. As I think you already know, we have an incredible team, and the staff of the BPU is like a family, and everyone is just so dedicated. So we're glad to have you on board. All right, we will be going into executive session to discuss item 9A. It should be a short one, so 10 minutes. Don't run away just yet. Can I get the Attorney General's office to explain the justification?
Good morning, President, Commissioners. For the record, I am DG Stephen Chapler. And agenda item 9A falls within the contract negotiation and attorney-client privilege exception to the Open Public Meetings Act, which can be found in New Jersey Statute 10:4-12B7. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I please have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I know we were a couple minutes longer than we anticipated, but hopefully we'll make it up on the back end. Okay, can we have the consent agenda, please? There will be 2 votes, is my understanding, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And the first is 1A, 2A, 4A, 4B, 5A, and 8A.
No, the first would be 1A, 2A, 4A,
Sherry.
4B, 5A, 5B, 6A, and 8A.
Okay.
DeLu?
Yes.
Commissioner Abdul?
Yes.
Commissioner Bain?
Abstain.
And President Glusadovy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary. Moving on to the regular agenda, we will begin with 2A with Dean.
Good morning, Madam President and Commissioners. On January 9th, 2024, Jersey Central Power and Light Company filed a petition with the board seeking approval to extend its participation in a subscription agreement with British Insurance LLC for spare transmission equipment services for an additional 5-year term and with automatic renewals not requiring board approval. Additionally, the company requested that in the interim, the board issue an order authorizing the company to continue operating under the terms of the agreement until the board issues a final decision and order in this matter. The board approved the initial 5-year term of the subscription agreement by order dated February 27th of 2019. By that order, the board authorized the subscription agreement for an initial term of for an initial 5-year term with an expiration date in March of 2024. In their petition, JCPL noted that extending the term of the agreement would enable the company to continue to provide safe, adequate, and proper service to its customers. The agreement would protect the company's electric transmission system by increasing its supply options and the resources available to mitigate the risks of long-term outages associated with both catastrophic and non-catastrophic events. The company further noted that continued participation in the subscription agreement would allow JCP&L to access British Insurance's inventory of long lead time transmission equipment under a discretionary sale of inventory spares, even in the absence of a qualifying event as defined by the agreement. While board staff continues to review the changes to the subscription agreement in this petition, an interim order extending the prior agreement would allow JCPL to maintain uninterrupted participation in the subscription agreement and their access to transmission equipment should the need arise. At this time, staff recommends that the board issue an order authorizing JCP&L to continue to operate under the terms of the subscription agreement until the board issues a final decision and order in this matter.
So moved?
Second. Any questions or comments? If not, roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal DeLu?
Yes.
Commissioner Abdul? Commissioner Bain?
Yes.
And President Glusadovy.
Yes. Thank you, Dean. Moving to 2B, Stacy.
Good morning, President and Commissioners. On January 26th, the electric distribution companies filed a joint petition requesting recovery of FERC-approved changes in firm transmission service-related charges. Based upon the allocation of these charges, the monthly bill for a residential customer using 650 kWh will change by the following amounts. A decrease of $1.06 for ACE, an increase of $1.58 for JCP&L, a decrease of 49 cents for PSE&G, and an increase of $4.10 for Rockland. Staff recommends the board approve the changes to the BGS transmission rates effective April 1st. Staff further recommends the board authorize the EDCs to collect from or refund to BGS customers the costs associated with the FERC-approved changes and waive the 30-day filing requirement. Finally, staff recommends the board direct the EDCs to file revised tariffs by April 1st.
So moved?
Second. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal DeLu?
Yes.
Commissioner Abdul? Commissioner Bain? President Glusadovy.
Yes. Thank you. 2C.
On January 9th of 2023, PSE&G filed a petition seeking review and approval of certain components of the company's electric and gas societal benefits charges. specifically the energy efficiency and renewable energy and social programs components. Through the course of the proceeding, PS updated the petition to include actual information through February of 2023. Following a review of the petition, updates, and conducting discovery, the parties have now executed a stipulation resolving the matter. Based on the stipulation, PS would modify the EE and RE component of its electric and gas SBC rates consistent with the petition. With respect to the social programs component, PSE&G will continue to defer $77.9 million as agreed to in previous SBC proceedings and implement a modified rate designed to recover an additional $40.7 million. A prudence review of the $77.9 million will occur in PSE&G's COVID-19 deferral proceeding. Based on the stipulation, a typical electric residential customer will see a monthly increase of 42 cents, and a typical residential gas customer will see a monthly increase of $1.06. Staff recommends the board issue an order approving the stipulation and directing PS to file revised tariffs by April 1st.
So moved.
Second. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delune?
Yes.
Commissioner Atul?
Yes.
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
And President Lucidilli?
Yes. Eugene?
On September 11th, 2023, New Jersey Natural Gas Company filed a petition seeking approval to modify the remediation adjustment and New Jersey Clean Energy Program components of its societal benefits charge. New Jersey Natural also sought recovery of its remediation expenditures incurred from July 2022 through June of 2023. The petition was subsequently updated to include actual expenditures for remediation year 2023 and to update the proposed rate components. The parties have executed a stipulation that requests the company be authorized to implement the revised component rates consistent with the update. As a result, a typical residential heating customer will see an increase of $1.14 per month. Staff recommends the board approve the stipulation and direct New Jersey Natural to file revised tariffs by April 1st.
I'll move it.
Second. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delune?
Yes.
Commissioner Atul?
Yes.
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
And President Lucidilli?
Eugene? Still with us.
And still on SBC. On February 1st, 2023, Atlantic City Electric filed a petition seeking approval of changes to its non-utility generation charge and the clean energy program and uncollectible accounts components of its societal benefits charge. Following a review of the petition, updates, and several discussions among the parties have executed a stipulation resolving the matter. As a result of the stipulation, a typical residential customer will see a monthly decrease of approximately 25 cents. Staff recommends the board issue an order approving the stipulation and directing ACE to file revised tariffs by April 1st.
So moved.
Second. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delune?
Yes.
Commissioner Atul?
Yes.
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
President Lucidilli?
Yes. 2F?
On December 18th, 2023, PSE&G filed a petition seeking approval to maintain its refund of excess collections credit rate. Rate Counsel has filed comments on the petition, not objecting to the proposal to maintain the rate. As a result, customers would experience no change to their monthly bills. Staff recommends that the board authorize the company to maintain its current RECCR rate at 0. Staff notes that several of the electric distribution companies have made requests to modify the handling of these annual filings. And accordingly, staff recommends that the board direct PSE&G to work collaboratively with the other EDCs, staff, and Rate Counsel prior to the next filing to attempt to find a resolution. Finally, staff recommends the board direct PS to file
Roll call, please.
On the motion to
requesting approval of changes to its electric solar pilot recovery charge. Through discovery, the company updated the schedules to include actual information through September 2023, resulting in a proposed net annual revenue decrease of approximately $0.2 million. The parties have executed a stipulation recommending approval of the company's request consistent with the update. As a result, customers will experience first.
So moved.
Second. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delue?
Yes.
Commissioner Abdul?
Yes.
Commissioner Bange?
Yay. Yolanda.
Oakland for its system-wide cable television franchise. By way of background, Cablevision's system-wide franchise for its Oakland system was initiated by its Cablevision was granted a 7-year franchise running through March 18, 2016. The board issued a renewal system prior to the March 20, 2023 on its past performance. And the board approved the release of the ascertainment report why cable television franchise needs of the community for service to the 39 mentioned where it currently does not, where comments were provided by Cablevision. On February 5th, provided written comments indicating training and return fees, Team sees all information required and has at all times complied with all obligations applicable to cable television franchises based on rules and regulations. Additionally, Cablevision argued that it is currently complying with the board's November 2019 cease and desist order, and that it has engaged with board staff concerning the implementation proceeding, but that the order is not its arguments raised in its initial filed a response to Rate Council's letter reiterates fall outside of the parameters of the board's 8-17. Staff does not recommend including them as system-wide franchise. As Cablevision has certified that it would comply with free cable and internet service to public school protection regulations. Cablevision has for a local office and designation, Vision's renewal application, but not limited to the provision of laws and rules and regulations of
Any questions or comments?
President Gulsadovy.
Yes.
application with the board for an amendment to its system-wide county. The board is Amboy in February of 2023, service territory into a municipality doing business as Cablevision of Raritan under a system. Following its review of Comcast application, board staff issued requests seeking additional follow-up information on February 23rd, 2024. On March 4th, 2024, Comcast filed its responses, which addressed staff's concerns. On February 27, 2024, 2 virtual public hearings were held to receive public comment on the application, at which comments were provided by Comcast and the New Jersey Division of Rate Council and many residents of Edison, including Edison Mayor Sam Joshi. Mayor Joshi spoke in favor of the application, stating that requests for increased competition and improved internet and cable services were among the top issues voiced by residents of Edison. A number of residents spoke out in favor of the approval of the application to provide competition, improved and advanced services, and a positive impact expected on rates. Written comments were accepted by the board through March 4th, 2024. Rate Council filed comments with the board stating that it reviewed the application and supporting documentation and believes that Comcast has substantially met the provision of service requirements delineated under the State Cable Act and the board's regulations. Furthermore, Rate Council suggested that the board address Comcast's proposal for the provision of equipment and training to the municipality as well as local office provision. On March 7, 2024, Comcast filed a letter in response to Rate Council's comments indicating it had addressed the concerns in its March 4, 2024 filing and reiterated that it would meet or exceed all statutory requirements. No other comments were made at either the public hearing or were filed electronically thereafter. Pursuant to the statute, the applicant must meet the specific requirements for operating a system-wide franchise as delineated in subsections NJSA 48:5A-28H through N. Comcast has certified that it will comply with these commitments, including line extensions, public educational and governmental access channels, interconnection with other cable providers, free cable and internet service to public schools and municipal buildings, training and equipment for access users, PEG access return fees, and compliance with customer protection regulations. Comcast has committed to abide by these requirements as well as maintain its current insurance and performance bond amounts, adherence to the requirements for a local office, and the designation of the office cable proposal regarding the provision of equipment and training, and the local office meets the requirement of the board's rules and regulations. As Comcast is extending its service territory in the township through right-of-way use and resolution agreements approved by the governing body. Staff therefore recommends that the board approve Comcast's application to amend it to the provision of updates on the construction of the system and revise the maps upon activation, as well as all applicable state and federal laws, rules, and regulations of the OCT&T.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delue?
Yes.
Commissioner Abdul?
Yes.
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
And President Gould.
But we are continuing to record. All right, moving back with Stacy to 5A.
Still good morning, folks. The cost associated with implementing the benchmarking requirement mandates certain conditions. At this time, staff recommends that the board issue an order authorizing.
Comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion, Sidoti?
Yes. Thank you. 5B?
Wastewater treatment adjustment clause rates. In discovery, New Jersey. Following review of the petition, the company, board staff, and rate council execute on objection. As a result of the stipulation, an average residential customer back rate changes will result in various impacts to customers in
2023, Wallen Stelling Conduit, J&R Construction, LLC, and Sunnybrook LLC engaged in multiple New Jersey excavations and came into contact with and damaged natural gas infrastructure belonging to PSE&G, New Jersey Natural Gas, and South Jersey Gas Company. Following staff's investigation, where probable violations of the Underground Facility Protection Act were found, notices of probable violation were issued to the excavator. Those probable violations included the alleged failure to use reasonable care during excavation and to properly hand dig and locate underground facilities within 24 inches of the marks. Following several discussions, staff and the excavator entered into a stipulation resolving 22 of the alleged violations for $60,000. The 22 alleged violations provided in the stipulation do not involve catastrophic situations, death, or property damage. The stipulation only applies to the 22 alleged violations provided in the stipulation and does not extend to any pending or future investigations of or actions regarding alleged violations of the act committed by the excavator. Staff recommends that the board adopt the stipulation.
So moved.
Second. Questions or comments? Just from me, thank you to you and the whole team for your work on this and getting through some of the backlog. We want to make sure that public safety is paramount and a number one priority, so we appreciate all of your work. And we will be looking into the regulation fines associated with these actions going forward. So very much appreciate that and your work on looking into that regulation as well. Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delue?
Yes.
Commissioner Abdul?
Yes.
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
And President Gould.
Yes. Thank you, Ann. 7A. Looks like Nick will be joining us presenting for the first time. Welcome, Nick.
Good morning, Madam President and Commissioners. On June 29th, 2023, the board issued an order mandating that, among other things, gas and electric distribution utilities in the state provide an annual Fresh Start assessment report to the board beginning on February 15th, 2025. The utilities administer the board's Fresh Start program with oversight by the board. Fresh Start is a program that provides eligible customers of the board's Universal Service Fund program an opportunity to earn forgiveness on overdue balances by paying their current bills in full over a certain period of time. On August 9th, 2023, and subsequently thereafter, board staff received correspondence from Jersey Central Power and Light Company requesting clarification on specific data points required in the Fresh Start assessment report. After review, staff believes that clarification is necessary to ensure consistent statewide reporting of annual Fresh Start data from the utilities. Therefore, staff recommends the board narrowly amend the June 2023 order to clarify specific data points required in the annual assessment report from the utilities as set forth in the board order.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delue?
Yes?
Commissioner Abdul?
Yes.
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
And President Lucidoli?
Yes. Thanks, Nick. Nice job. Moving to 8A, another first time. Welcome, Adam.
Good morning, President Lucidoli and Commissioners. This matter pertains to two petitions requesting waivers of the administratively determined incentive, or ADI program. The rules covered under NJ Administrative Code 14:8-11.4C, which state that to be eligible for the program, all equipment used must be new. Both petitioners seek to register projects that reuse the existing ground mount infrastructure. Both argue that reusing this portion of the system components avoids wasting materials and has no impact on system performance. Staff recognizes that current incentive eligibility requirements may motivate removing functional equipment. As the number of solar installations continues to increase, the potential for reusing equipment will also increase. However, the solution is not providing an outsized incentive to projects that incorporate reused elements. The board has a responsibility to carefully consider balancing the costs and benefits to ratepayers, and projects reusing racking equipment would be expected to have significantly lower costs, thus providing a windfall to investors if they received the standard ADI incentives. Instead, there should be an investigation into how to encourage future reuse rather than requiring unnecessary infrastructure disposal. Such an investigation would look at itemized budget breakdowns to better understand New Jersey-specific costs and to make recommendations on future incentive levels for projects that reuse existing equipment. Staff recommends that the board deny the petitioner's request to waive the requirement of all new materials in the ADI program. Staff further recommends that the board direct an investigation into the market potential for reuse of existing solar equipment, the potential implications for providing incentives for the practice, and the establishment of a separate incentive segment within the ADI program for projects seeking to reuse mounting material. Finally, staff recommends that the board clarify that the two projects at issue here will be eligible to earn Class 1 RECs as long as they meet all other program requirements.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments?
Just like to say that I think this is a very important modification to a rule. I think going forward, I mean, we're all about sustainability, and to just discard equipment that could have a possible use kind of goes against our mission statement. So I encourage you to review this as quickly as possible and try and make the modifications necessary. So well done.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We do want to look towards eliminating the creation of additional waste, but we also want to make sure that the incentives are appropriate. So look forward to staff's review of the existing incentives and potential changes. Thank you. Roll call?
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delue?
Yes?
Commissioner Abdul?
Yes.
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
And President Lucidoli?
Yes. Thank you. 8B. David.
President, Commissioners, this matter pertains to the posting of a Notice of Funding Availability, or NOFA, for funds available through the Community Energy Plan Implementation, or CEPI, grant program. On September 29th, 2023, the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities submitted an application for funding through the U.S. Department of Energy's Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant Program, or EECBG. Total funding available to New Jersey through EECBG is $2.4 million. An additional $1 million comes from New Jersey's Clean Energy Fund. On November 17th, 2023, the board approved the establishment of the CEPI grant program. This program will use funds from both EECBG and the Clean Energy Fund to provide grants to municipalities. The goal of these grants is to assist municipalities with implementing clean energy, renewable energy, or energy efficiency projects that were identified in Community Energy Plans, or CEPs. CEPI funding is not available for projects that are eligible for non-competitive funding through other federal, state, or utility sources. Staff proposes publishing a NOFA in the New Jersey Register announcing funds available through CEPI. The tentative publishing date in the New Jersey Register is May 6, 2024. This is consistent with New Jersey Statute 52:14-34.4, which requires each state agency which awards federal or state grant funds shall publish notice regarding the availability of those funds in the New Jersey Register. All municipalities in New Jersey which have completed a CEP through the Community Energy Plan Grant, or CEPG, or which have completed an equivalent plan are eligible to apply for funding. An equivalent plan is a plan that was not completed through CEPG, but encapsulates the main components of CEPG plans, including a plan that covers the strategies identified in the Sustainable Jersey Community Energy Plan Work Plan template, a timeline of implementation, an implementation plan, and evidence of the plan's adoption through municipal resolution. Interested applicants must complete and submit the CEPI application form and project workbook, which can be found on New Jersey's Clean Energy Program website at www.njcleanenergy.com/CEP. Applicants are eligible to receive up to $250,000 in funding for one or more projects, with an opportunity for additional awards if program funds are remaining after all proposals have been evaluated. Applications must be submitted no later than 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, May 24th, 2024. Applicants selected for award will be notified within 75 days of the close of the application window. Staff recommends that the board approve the posting of the NOFA for CEPI funds in the New Jersey Register.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Christopher
Yes.
Commissioner Abdu,
Yes.
Commissioner Page, and President Lucidilli.
This matter concerns another posting of a notice of funding availability, or NOFA, for the Division of Clean Energy Community Energy Plan Grant Program, or CEPG. On March 29th, 2019, the board created the CEPG with the purpose of providing funds to New Jersey municipalities to develop localized energy plans that are aligned with the goals of New Jersey's Energy Master Plan, or AMP. The EMP established that community-level action is necessary to achieve the state's goal of 100% clean energy. The board approved the second program year of CEPG in October 2021, with a grant term spanning from June 2022 to November 2023. On November 17th, 2023, the board approved the opening of the third program year of CEPG. Staff proposes publishing a NOFA in the New Jersey Register announcing the availability of funds through CEPG. The tentative publishing date in the register is May 6, 2024. Pursuant to New Jersey Statute 52:14-34.4, each state agency which awards federal or state grant funds shall publish notice regarding the availability of those funds in the register. Funding for the third program year of CEPG totals $4.5 million, all from the New Jersey Clean Energy Program Fund. All New Jersey municipalities are eligible to apply for this grant funding. In order to qualify for funding, an applicant municipality must submit an administratively complete application, including an applicant certification form, applicant contact information, and executed municipal resolution. Interested applicants must submit a completed application form available at New Jersey's Clean Energy Program website, found at www.njcleanenergy.com/CEP. Applications must be submitted no later than 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, May 24th, 2024. Applicants selected for funding shall be notified of award no later than 75 days after the close of the application window. Staff recommends that the board approve the posting of the NOFA for CEPG funds in the register.
So moved?
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delou,
Yes.
Commissioner Abdu,
Yes.
Commissioner Page,
Yes.
and President Lucidilli.
Yes. Thanks, David. 8D, Genevieve.
This matter pertains to the State Agreement Approach, or SAA-1 projects. The updates before you are cost, scope, and allocation adjustments, which collectively result in a net decrease of $29 million to the SAA-1 projects. Since SAA order was issued, staff and PJM regularly meet to discuss ongoing updates related to the awarded projects. As part of these meetings, PJM continues to provide updates to staff when PJM receives cost adjustments from the awarded SAA projects. PJM has indicated that these updates are not uncommon. Electric and gas companies Company's Lake Nelson subproject are a result of the additional, more detailed analysis conducted after the SAA project was awarded standards. In addition, Atlantic City Electric and PSE&G canceled a number of SAA projects after engineering analysis proved the work was no longer needed. There are also cost and scope adjustments associated with the Mid-Atlantic Offshore Development, MAOD's Larrabee Collector Station, or LCS, an onshore point of interconnection established by the SAA. Detailed engineering analysis by MAOD and PJM revealed that to address the reliability needs, MAOD needs to increase the size of the transformers at the LCS. Additionally, a number of SAA-1 projects associated with the North Delta Station have been canceled due to refined needs analysis triggered by added load in the region. PJM determined that these upgrades made certain SAA-1 upgrades obsolete and would have been required with or without the SAA. Thus, the SAA has been relieved of cost responsibility for these projects and their replacements. The last adjustment captured in the cost is a cost allocation adjustment to the North Delta project, which requires additional reliability upgrades that have been recategorized by PJM under the multi-driver project framework. Per the PJM operating agreement and cost allocation methodology, the additional costs associated with multi-driver will not result in a cost change for SAA, but the allocation of the SAA's portion of the North Delta project has changed from 100% to 74.27%. The cost, scope, and allocation changes will not affect the expected completion dates of the SAA projects. All projects are expected to be completed on or before schedule. The total cumulative cost changes captured in this order result in a $29 million cost decrease to the SAA projects. Staff recommends the board approve these cost, scope, and allocation adjustments to the SAA-1 projects. Thank you.
Questions or comments? Thank you. Roll call?
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delou?
Yes.
Commissioner Abdul?
Yes.
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
President Gusadoli?
Yes. Thank you. Last but not least, Dr. Penn, 9A.
Good morning, Madam President and Commissioners, and happy spring.
Happy spring.
This matter was also presented in executive session and concerns a request for quotation, or RFQ, to retain a consultant to assist staff with tasks related to conducting a study of rate design, programs, and policies for driving equity in the clean energy transition. On December 6, 2023, the board authorized staff to develop and issue an RFQ as described. An evaluation committee reviewed all quotations submitted on or before the deadline of February 26, 2024. After review and after requesting and receiving best and final offers, the evaluation committee selected the overall best quote to recommend to the board. Staff therefore recommends that the board approve the evaluation committee's recommendation for a selected consultant and direct staff to work with the Department of Treasury to execute a contract for services as described in the RFQ and the scope of work.
Thank you, Dr. Wiverell. So moved.
Questions or comments? Well, thank you. We look forward to a robust stakeholder process on this in coordination with the EMP stakeholder process. Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delou?
Yes.
Commissioner Abdul?
Yes.
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
And President Gusadoli?
Yes, thank you. And if there are no other questions or comments, this will conclude our March 20th meeting. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah, exactly.